Ah, you look tense. The world's been digging into your files again, huh? They hired a little detective, a P.I., to snoop around, to get to know who you really are. They thought they could find dirt. They thought they could expose you, but what they found wasn't what they expected. Oh no, they weren't prepared for what they uncovered in the dark. They wanted your secrets, but what they stumbled upon was your second skin, your other self, the one that doesn't cry anymore, the one that stopped asking for mercy the day the world laughed in your face. You see, everyone has an alter ego, a side we build in the ruins when the light refuses to return. But yours was crafted with surgical precision. Pain was the scalpel, loneliness was the anesthesia, and betrayal. Oh, that was the electricity that brought your monster to life. The P.I. went digging, thinking they'd find a scared little lamb. Instead, they found the wolf that learned how to walk in human clothes. They found the grin carved out of trauma, the laughter forged from heartbreak. They found you, the version that doesn't chase approval anymore, the version that learned to let insanity become armor. They'll say, something's wrong with you. But what they'll never admit is that they're terrified because you remind them of themselves. You mirror the chaos they suppress. You embody the rebellion they dream of but are too afraid to live. They'll call you unstable because you refused to stay broken. They'll call you crazy because you dared to heal in a way they don't understand. But tell me, what's crazier? Building a mask that keeps you alive, or pretending you're okay in a world that feeds on pain? The P.I. wrote in their little notepad, subject exhibits signs of unpredictability, detachment, dangerous calm. But what they missed is the truth. That calm isn't detachment. It's evolution. You didn't lose your mind. You rearranged it. You learned to weaponize your silence. You learned to smile while bleeding. Your alter ego isn't a mask. It's a mirror. It's the part of you that refused to die when the rest of you did. The version born in the ashes after you were buried under their judgments, their betrayals, their whispered laughs in the dark. And now the alter ego walks beside you, not as a shadow, but as a crown. You don't hide it anymore. You let it speak. Because power, my dear, doesn't come from being understood. It comes from being unexplainable. They tried to study you like a specimen, but how do you study a storm? How do you label thunder? How do you diagnose someone who's already outgrown sanity? Let them investigate. Let them dig. Because every time they try to uncover your truth, they'll find another layer of brilliance hiding beneath the scars. You're not the same person they once broke. That version is gone, buried, replaced by someone who feeds on the pain they caused. Someone who learned that madness is just misunderstood freedom. Someone who laughs because laughter is the last form of defiance they can't cage. They said you were too emotional. Now you use your emotions like weapons. They said you were too sensitive. Now you feel everything, but let nothing control you. They said you were too much. Now you are too powerful to contain. The P.I. wasn't prepared for your rebirth. They weren't ready to see you smiling at the ruins. Not as a victim, but as the architect of your comeback. Do you know what the joke really is? It's that they still think they can figure you out. They still think they can label you. But labels don't stick to fire. They burn. Your alter ego, that's your liberation. It's not darkness, it's clarity. It's the part of you that no longer negotiates with disrespect. The part that doesn't flinch when the world throws stones. Because now you build thrones out of the same stones they used to bury you. So laugh. Not because it's funny, but because it's over. Because they lost. because you became everything they swore you never could be. And the best part, you did it quietly. So here's my little secret, my dear audience. You don't need to explain your evolution. You don't need to apologize for your darkness. Because the moment you embrace it, it stops controlling you. And that's when the real power begins. So when they ask, what did the P.I. discover? Just smile. Let them wonder. Let the mystery choke them. Because they were never investigating your secrets. They were stumbling upon your resurrection. You are not who they remember. You are who they created. And now, you've taken the pen from their hands. The report's rewritten. The case is closed. And the final note reads, "Now laugh, darling." Because they finally met the real you. And they were never prepared for that. You know what's funny? They always said the truth will set you free. But what they never told you is, the truth can destroy the weak first. That's why they ran when they saw yours. Your truth didn't whisper, it roared. It clawed its way through every lie they told about you. And when it finally stood in the light, they couldn't look at it without trembling. Because your alter ego wasn't born to please. It was born to punish. It remembers every time they mocked your silence, every time they mistook your kindness for weakness, every time they thought they broke you, when in reality, they were feeding something far more dangerous. You see, pain is a poor man's therapist, but it's the best sculptor the world has ever known, and it sculpted you beautifully, ruthlessly, into something no one recognizes anymore. That's why the P.I. couldn't file a proper report, because what they saw didn't fit their theories. They expected another broken soul begging for closure. Instead, they found someone who burned their own closure into existence. Madness. It's not chaos, my dear. It's control wearing a different outfit. You learn to dance with your demons while they're still hiding from theirs. You made peace with the shadows inside, and in doing so, you became untouchable. They call you unpredictable. But that's only because they can't predict evolution. You outgrew their smallness. You evolved past their comprehension. You stopped needing their validation the moment you realized they only love versions of you that make them comfortable. So now you walk differently. You speak differently. Even your silence has weight, because every glance, every grin, every pause is a message. I remember what you did, and I thank you for it. Revenge isn't about hurting them back. That's too small for you now. Revenge is existing beautifully after they swore you never would. It's the sound of your laughter echoing in the ruins of their expectations. It's peace, sharpened into a blade. It's love, withdrawn from the undeserving. It's knowing you don't need to destroy anyone, because your existence already haunts them. And yet here's the twist. The very alter ego they feared, the one that emerged from their cruelty, isn't your curse. It's your liberation, because now you don't seek light to escape the dark. You carry your own light through it. So laugh again, louder this time. Let it echo through every corridor where they whispered your name in doubt. Let it rattle the bones of the ones who prayed for your downfall. Because the laugh isn't madness, it's acceptance. It's you telling the universe, I've seen the worst. I've been the worst. And I'm still standing. The P. I will close their file eventually, but deep down, they'll know. They didn't just investigate a person. They witnessed a metamorphosis. They saw a mind that refused to die quietly. They saw a soul that cracked open and turned pain into poetry. And they'll never forget that grin. The one that said, without words, I became everything you feared, and everything I was meant to be. So here's to the alter egos, the quiet assassins of the past, the ghosts that learned to laugh, the outcasts that turned exile into empire. You, my dear, are not just surviving. You're rewriting the entire case file of human resilience. And when they dig again, they won't find secrets. They'll find a legend still breathing.